Hi there, how are you doing? My name is Matiaba Conrad. I'm a lawyer and a private law tutor. And in this video, we are basically going to be looking at how do you know that you are not meant to be a lawyer? So I'm going to share with you about 9 tips that will help you know that actually the legal profession is not meant for you. So point number 1, if you don't like doing extensive research. Now, one thing you really have to know about being a lawyer is that you will be accustomed, and many of the times for you to be able to succeed both in law school but also in the legal profession generally, you really must have a passion of doing extensive research. Law is about so much research, it's about accumulation of knowledge, and therefore if you don't have a passion for doing research, or if you don't like doing research, then definitely you're not meant to be a lawyer. Also, point number 2 is if you don't like extensive reading. Now, one thing you have to note about the legal profession and being a lawyer is that you really must have the passion to do a lot of reading, because through a lot of reading, that's when you're able to do research and accumulate a lot of knowledge to be able to bring, or rather to get to know about so many legal principles. Point number 3 is if you are not self-driven. Now, the other aspect you really have to know is that being a lawyer, you must have a certain degree of independence, the ability to do things without being pushed. You must be a self-driver. You command yourself to do things, you motivate yourself to do things, because in law school and even in practice, there's no one who is going to be pushing you to do things. You must be able to do tasks on your own, or else you'll always have issues with your courseworks, with your class assignments, or even in practice, you'll always have issues. So you must have a certain degree of independence and the ability to push yourself. Aspect number 4 is if you don't have a strong ability to manage pressure. Now, this is also very, very important. Now, becoming a lawyer really will subject you to a lot of enormous pressure. Even when you join law school, it's the same thing. Law school really is, it exposes you to so much pressure. And if you don't have the ability to manage that pressure, or if you're someone who really wants your chilled life, you just want to sit back and do your own things, and you don't want pressure, then definitely being a lawyer is not the profession for you. Actually, research has shown in one of America's biggest universities, unfortunately, there are no figures in Ugandan law schools to show what students go through. But according to a research that was done in one of America's biggest law school, it actually indicated that 25% of students, that is law students, actually were undergoing depression, and then 20% of the same students in that law school were actually at risk of suicide. This is research in America. So it all comes to show you how law is really, really very demanding. It requires you to inject in a lot of hours. It requires you to inject in a lot of commitment. It requires you to do a lot of research. And if you do not have the ability to manage pressure, and if you're not someone who has the capacity to deal with pressure, then definitely the legal profession is not meant for you. This 5th aspect that you can also look at is if you don't like making analysis, and you don't like to think, or you don't like to make detailed evaluation. Now, one aspect you also have to note about being a lawyer is that these skills must be at your fingertips. You must be someone who likes making analysis, who can be able to make a comprehensive, detailed analysis. You must like, and you must have the ability to think. Lawyers use their brains, they use their head to make an analysis, to think, look through concepts, solve day-to-day problems by applying thought, okay, and making a detailed evaluation and analysis of concepts. Now, if you're the type of person who doesn't like to think, and just thinking for a few seconds stresses you out, if you're the type of person who doesn't like to make an analysis, to look at something deeply, critique it, and look at it in detail, to apply your common sense to concepts to solve daily solutions, rather to solve daily problems or generate solutions, then definitely you are not meant to be a lawyer. The other sixth aspect you can look at is if you intend to become a very rich person by actually becoming a lawyer. Now, there's almost a lot of misunderstanding about this aspect. If you're the type of person who is doing law to become very rich, then definitely you're not meant to be a lawyer, and probably you can try to explore in another field, maybe business or something else. Because the honest truth is, becoming a lawyer is not one of the professions where you're really going to become very, very rich. Actually, if you look among the world's richest people, very few lawyers are actually among the world's richest people. Lawyers do not become very rich. Okay, if your intention is to become a Bill Gates of sorts, or to become someone who is extremely rich, then definitely becoming a lawyer is not one of those professions. You will become average. I mean, you will make money, good money, but becoming extremely rich, that is entirely out. Then that's when you'll know that actually you're not meant to be a lawyer. If your only motivation is really to enter the profession and make money, I can assure you, you will be disappointed if that is your only intention. Then the other aspect you can look at is if you don't like sitting for long hours and you're more of an outdoor person. Now, the legal profession really, like I said earlier, it requires you to put in a lot of time, to put in a lot of commitment, to do a lot of research. Now, all that, you're not going to do it while standing. If you're not the type of person who likes sitting, or maybe you're the type of person who prefers to be outdoor, you prefer to be out in the field or to be out there, to do work that is a little bit outgoing, okay, then definitely the legal profession is not meant for you, because most of the work of the legal profession is actually done indoors, because most of the time you'll be in office, either writing legal memos, doing research, drafting documents. Yes, there will always be that time where you go to court, but you won't spend every single day of your life in court. A good percentage of your time will actually be spent in office, okay, trying to prepare your cases, doing detailed research, okay, holding meetings. Now, if you're the type of person who loves to be outdoor, you really don't like this whole idea of being in the office, then definitely the legal profession is not meant for you. Then point number 8 is if you can't work for long hours. Now, one thing about the legal profession is that you must be willing to work for long hours. Like I said, the legal profession of becoming a lawyer requires you putting in the effort, putting in the time, motivating yourself, working for long hours, doing comprehensive research. Most of the law firms will really require you to sacrifice your time and give in the time for purposes of preparing cases and making sure that you're ready for court and also for meetings to meet clients, so that you're able to give good, proper legal advice. So if you do not have the ability, or you're not willing to work for long hours, most lawyers actually will be in office, let's say by around 7 a.m. latest. They'll be in office already starting on their work. Many of them will leave late, 6 p.m. in the evening. Others will even go back home with a lot of work to do. They'll be home, but they'll still be doing research, or maybe, finishing up on a certain task. Now, if you're the type of person who loves to work for 3 hours a day and then you go and relax, or work for 2, 3, 8 hours and go and relax, then definitely this, or the law profession, is definitely not meant for you. Then lastly, if you're doing law because you fail to find anything else to do, okay, as a professional, as a course, definitely the legal profession is not meant to be done by you. You're not meant to be a lawyer. Please, I encourage you, before you embark on your journey to do law, or to enter law school, or to join the legal profession, please ensure that you're not doing the legal profession simply because you have failed to find anything else to do. If that is your only reason, I can assure you, you're either going to fail, or you may not be able to make it, or even if you do, you will really have to struggle, and you'll find it extremely stressful. You'll find it extremely tiring and exhausting. So that's how you will be able to know that definitely you're not meant to be a lawyer. So those were my tips on what shows that you are not meant to be a lawyer. Once again, my name is Mutiaba Conrad, and if you have liked this content, please subscribe to my channel and click the like button, and also share this video with your colleagues or any friends that may really want this type of content or advice before they actually embark on their journey to do law. Thank you very much. We meet in another video. Bye-bye.